how is quality assured during the fresh flight fish process?
What we think of as restaurant quality is really, just the fish looks better, it smells better. A lot of people don't know that fresh fish doesn't really have a smell. Fresh fish should smell kind of like the ocean, maybe even faintly sweet.
I've worked as a fisherman. I've worked on the docks, worked at the auctions, seafood facilities, and how to grade fish and look at fish. We carefully look at fish every morning. We grade, we're looking for signs of freshness. We're looking at clean eyes, nice eyes, beautiful eyes, and I can get a little passionate about it, but if a fish is beautiful, and its eyes, if they're beautiful, will tell you right away that it's just out of the water. You're looking for a sheen, nice glossiness to the fish. No dry marks, no descaling. You're looking for nice color in the gills, nice red. You're looking at all of that after it comes in from the boat.
We try to keep, the best quality for Skogans. That's the goal, So basically on the back of the area, they produce different kind of items, and our job is to pick the best, keep it separate, and pack it depending on the orders, what we need to send it out.
One of the gentlemen cutting the tuna in the processing area, his name is Jose Pereira. He has been with the company for, I want to say, 31 years. So another guy that worked alongside my father and is just an artisan. You get so people that work on fish, it's very complicated. It's a lot by feel. A lot is done by feel, and he's one of the guys that can take a tuna, know where to cut it, know how to cut it. Great part of the operation.
Most of the captains that we look for are stewards of the industry. They're stewards of the ocean. They take great pride in, taking care of their ocean like they own it. They're very sustainable conscious. They make sure that what they do is done correctly. There's not a lot of them left due to regulations. It's more or less the hardier guys, the guys that love fishing, are the guys that stayed in it.
Actually, we left at 1:30 this morning. Looking for gray sole is what our main target was, and that's what we mostly have is gray sole. And then at the end of the day, we went looking for cod. We have our own ice maker on board, so we keep the fish fresher. I mean, most guys don't have ice makers.
A good operator is going to, one, you can look at a boat, look at his boat, how clean it is. Look at his history, look at his fish, look at his landings, look at the equipment he has on the boat. Does he make his own ice? That means he's taking care of his fish. If the boat's clean, you know that he's conscious about the boat itself. And then look at the gear and how he fishes. There's all new technology, and some boats have it and some don't. You look at all those little things that in a person, that if he's taking care of his boat, he's also taking care of the fish that he's landing.
There's people that know seafood and know the quality of seafood, and that's nothing that you can learn in a textbook. It's nothing you can learn in a classroom. That's done by doing.
I have a hand in running the food testing laboratory here, as well as in public health inspections of all of our restaurant and market units, and quality assurance for the plant with respect to regulatory compliance and third-party compliance as well. So what we do here in the lab is we test all of our products that pose a potential health hazard. The larger pelagic fish, tuna and swordfish for mercury. It varies depending on how many samples of either we get in, but those are probably the two things that we spend most of our time doing. I mentioned mercury testing for our larger fin fish, the pelagics, the swordfish and the tuna. All of the fish that come into the plant are sampled, tissue samples are taken, they're brought into the lab, and within a few hours' time we can determine the concentration of mercury in their tissue and reject product that is high in mercury levels. A couple of other types of tests that we do, there are fish that are known as scombroid fish, or histamine-producing fish. Those would be the tuna, the bluefish, and the mahi-mahi. So those are sampled and brought back to the lab as well. We perform a competitive direct ELISA test on those. It's a chemical test that will tell us the histamine levels that have been produced in that fish. And histamine gets produced if the fish has been time temperature abused. That is to say, it's been spent too much time out of refrigeration. So every item that we purchase has to be from an approved vendor. In the seafood industry, an approved vendor means that you fall under a HACCP, FDA HACCP regulation. That is to say, your plant is inspected. If you're a shellfish harvester, your operation is inspected, and you have to have a preventative, proactive food safety plan in place where you're keeping constant records and verifying everything that you do, every process that you do, every food that you have. So every provider that we purchase products from has to provide us with certification. We here at Legal Seafoods want to ensure that all of our guests, all of our customers who are shopping at Festival get the safest, highest quality seafood possible.